Okay, I have Yaya Peng, Xiao Hui, Mei Yi, Hara Wu, Christina, Liang Ying, Chuan Hong, Julia Kim, Zhen Yu, Season, Ji Bao, Zoe Lim, Li Yan, Yu Gu, Chelsea, Qinghua, Sushila. Okay, now I have a question for some of you. When you learn anatomy, did you go through this chapter too on skin analysis? Chapter skin analysis. Did anyone of the Fitzpatrick skills here? The Fitzpatrick skill. Okay. While I was gone, you're supposed to learn these two chapters. Did you guys learn this? Disorder. Oh my God. Disorder and disease of skin.
No.
Okay. I understand why you guys the question from BE 104, those questions that I say is from chapter 10 is because some of them came from this chapter. You're supposed to learn anatomy, you're supposed to learn this chapter, and you're supposed to learn this chapter. So I have to go through with you this chapter probably next week. But this week we would finish the I will finish with you the electricity first, and then we'll go through the next one will be the skin, and then the skin analysis. Okay. Okay, let's come back to where we stopped. Oh, and by the way, this is a converter. This is a converter, converts DC to AC. Okay, this is a converter that converts DC to AC. Because why? You need to charge your MacBook, your computer, or your iPad. So this is AC. So it changes. This is a battery. The battery is DC. So that's why DC to AC. So this is a converter. Okay. This is how a converter looks like. It changes DC power to AC power. Okay. And that's how you charge it. That's this one in the car. You know the car? So the car you can charge by using this.
Yes.
This is the battery. Okay? This is a converter. Okay, next one here would be electrical equipment safety. Electrical equipment safety is when you're working in electricity, you must be concerned with your own safety and your customer safety because you don't want to overload your circuit and can result in an electrical short or burn or even a serious fire. And also because caused by poor electrical connection. Now, I need you to look at this one here. Did you know voltage does not define the brightness of a light bulb? It refers to the amount of electricity consumed when the bulb is being used. So newer bulbs that are more efficient can produce more light than using less electricity. So that means when you use a light bulb, because the light bulb burns, it burns this filament in here. Okay, so it doesn't mean 42 watt means it's bright. No, 42 watt just tells you that it uses 42 watts of electricity per second. Okay, in order for your light bulb to be brighter, you want to get a brand new light bulb. The newer the light bulb, the brighter the light bulb. The more you use it, as it burns. You can see sometimes light bulbs stop working, they burn. It's because the entire thing burns out already. It's old. Okay, that's why you change new light bulbs. Right? So that's what it's telling you. A light bulb, it's not as bright as before. It's not because of the voltage. Voltage is because of the condition, whether is it new or old. Okay.
Voltage is utilizing the how much watt they utilize.
I don't understand your question.
Like voltage means watt, how much utilize the bulb.
I still don't understand your question. When you buy a bulb, it will tell you the voltage. Like this bulb, it tells you it's 42 watts. So there are bulbs that uses only 20 watts. There's bulb that uses 60 watts. It all depends. The watts itself doesn't tell you how bright the bulb is. The watt only tells you how much electricity it used in 1 second. In order for you to tell how strong the light bulb is by looking at the size of the light bulb, and also I guess the voltage is the one that tells you, because this one says that it produces 120 volts. So 120 volts means very strong. Okay. So probably the brightness, I don't know much about bulbs. So I guess you can see here, the bigger the bulb, the brighter it is. The smaller the bulb, the less bright it is. That's all you can tell. Okay. Does that answer your question, Sushila?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now safety devices. A wire that is not large enough to carry electrical current passing through it will overheat and possibly cause a fire. There are two electrical safety devices that you may encounter while working in a salon. Okay, they are a fuse and a circuit breaker. This is the fuse. If you look in, this is the circuit breaker. Okay, where you turn on and off. So let me show you what's a fuse. This is how a fuse looks like. Every electrical appliances will have a fuse. It's glass in the middle and then metal on both sides. So this is a fuse. Okay, this one prevents overloading and short circuit. If you open up any electrical appliances, regardless small or big, there will be a fuse. Of course, this is for smaller machines, but if you have bigger machines, then they have bigger fuse. Okay, like this is a copper fuse. This is for bigger. This is for bigger machine. Okay, so fuse comes in different shape and different sizes, but the shape is basically like a cylinder. Okay, it's round and long. Okay, it's like a cylinder. So this is a fuse. This is a fuse. Okay, so there's fuse come in different. Most of them come like that. Okay, that's a fuse. A fuse. Okay, a fuse is to prevent excessive current from passing through a circuit. Okay, it is designed to blow out or melt when the wire becomes too hot. So let's say if the wire becomes too hot and there's too much electrical current, this glass bulb will break. Pop. It will pop. Okay, when it's, you see there's a wire in between. When this thing pop, the wire breaks. Then your machine will stop working. Why? There's no more electric current going through. So this is like a stopper. It cuts off. Okay, when it pops, your machine stops working. Why will it pop? It's because there is too much current. Okay, overloading, too much current. Okay, so that's why the fuse will blow out or melt. Why melt is because if it's made out of copper, if your fuse is made out of copper, which is like this thing will melt. Okay, this is for bigger machines, right? So it all depends. Fuse comes in different shapes and forms. There's so many different kinds of fuse. If it's a huge machine, it can look like this. It can even look like this. Okay, fuse, there's many fuse. Okay, see, as big as your hand too. This is a huge machine. Okay, usually the small machine that we buy, the fuse is like this small. It can be replaced. You can buy it from Home Depot. Okay, like your steamer, your the magnifying light that you use at the shop, even the file for nails, the machine, the nail file machine. They all use if you open it up, there's a fuse in there. It's just that it comes in different shapes and sizes. Okay, it could be like this, and it could be big, it could be small. It all depends. Okay, what kind of machine? This will be more for like some fuse are like this too. Okay, so basically, fuse is to prevent excessive current from passing through a circuit. Okay, so especially when you have too many appliances or faulty equipment that is connected to an electrical source. This mechanism will automatically shut off your device or appliances. So it will stop the machine from working. So your machine will not catch on fire or overheat and, you get electrocuted. Okay. So to reestablish the circuit, disconnect the appliance. So unplug it. Okay. And check all connection and installation. And then you can make it work again by inserting a new fuse. You can actually replace new fuse. If your machine works on this kind of fuse, you can buy them at Home Depot. They sell it at Home Depot. Okay. For example, this one here, it depends on how strong it is. Like this one is 1 amp. Okay, pack of 2 for only $4.15 at Home Depot. Okay, so it all depends on how many amp you want to buy. But Home Depot has all kinds of fuse. Okay, like this one is 5 amp. So it all depends on your machine, how many amp they use. Okay, there's even 20 amp. Okay. So for example, a hair dryer uses 12 amp. So you want to look for a fuse. If you want to replace it, you look for a fuse that is 12 amp. Okay, this is a 15 amp fuse. So it all depends. They have different amps. Okay. Now, next page. A circuit breaker. What is a circuit breaker? You find it at home and you find it in your shop. You find it everywhere. A circuit breaker is a switch that automatically interrupts or shuts off electric current at the first indication of overload. Like sometimes, when you have a blackout at home, or when the electricity overload, your whole house blackout, you actually have to go to the circuit breaker and turn it back on. Did it happen to you before? It happens to me many times. Okay, so this is how a circuit breaker looks like, especially if you have a shop. Okay, circuit breaker. Okay, every switch controls different parts of your shop. Okay, so a circuit breaker is a switch. This is how a circuit breaker looks like. You can see that this one is to if you have a salon, okay, you own a shop. This one may be the toilet light, the room light, the power supply to the office. Then this one could be the power supply for the another part of the office, so they have different. This is your circuit, and this is the main switch. If you turn this thing on, all this will not work. This is to smaller, like this is to your kitchen, this is to your room, this is to your bathroom, this is to your electricals in your living room, or your AC, air conditioner. So every one of them has their own switch. And all these switches are controlled by the main one. If this thing goes off, everything goes off. Okay? And every piece of them can be replaced. You can actually buy it from Home Depot. They look like this. Okay? This piece, they put it in there. This is the piece. Okay? So the circuit breaker, you can stop or shut off electricity, okay? And usually they will jump. We call it jump, means they will switch off, okay, when it's overload. Okay, and then you can the circuit breakers have replaced fuses in modern electric circuits. And then you have all the safety features of a fuse, but do not require replacement and can simply be reset. So you reset, you just turn it back on only. Okay, so example would be if your hairdryer has a circuit breaker located in the electric plug that is designed to protect you and your client in case of an overload of a short circuit. So when a circuit breaker shuts off, you should disconnect the appliance and check on connection and installation before resetting it. Hairdryer, I don't know if you can see a hairdryer before. On the hairdryer, there's a reset button. Like sometimes your hairdryer stops working. When your hairdryer stops working, you should unplug it. Okay, because on the plug itself inside, they have a built-in circuit breaker to prevent overloading. Okay, or a fuse. So usually on the plug itself, it has a circuit breaker. A hairdryer, let me show you hairdryer. Okay. See this? This inside has a built-in circuit breaker. This red button is the reset button. This is the they have the on. So when you want to use it, you just press on reset. Okay. So this is a good hairdryer. Why? Because it has a built-in circuit breaker to prevent overload of electricity. Most of the expensive hairdryer has a reset button. Okay, a good hairdryer has a reset button to prevent overloading of electric current or short circuit. Okay, that's the reset button. Okay, next one here is grounding. What is grounding? Grounding is an important way of promoting electrical safety. All electrical appliances must have at least two electrical connections. One is the live connection that supplies current to the circuit, and the ground connection completes the circuit and carries the current safely away to the ground. So if you look closely at electrical plug, there are two rectangular prongs and one that is slightly larger than the other. So this guarantees that the plug can be inserted only one way, and it protects you and your client from electrical shock. Let me see if I can get you a prong to show you. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. If you look at the prong, this side is bigger than this side. I don't know if you can tell. Okay. And we also, okay, so the reason why is because if you look closely with the two triangle prong, the two rectangular prong, one of them is bigger than the other. Okay, because this guarantees that the plug can be inserted only one way. It protects you from electrical shock. And then for a added protection, a third circular electrical connection is provided for additional grounds. That's why this plug has a round one. The round one is for grounding. This two is for live connection. So that means this two is for electricity. This is for ground. Why do you need ground? Ground is to complete the circuit and carry this current safely away. So it will not overload. Because if you overload, this rubber can burn. Have you seen this burn before? Yes, I've seen it before because of overloading. That's why it's important, okay, that all your electrical plug is in good working condition. Okay, so that's the reason why you have the round one and two rectangular one. One is bigger, one is smaller. This was for grounding. This two connection is for live connection to get electricity. Okay. And let me plug back my charger. Okay, now the next one is the two-prong plug. You see one side is bigger, one side is smaller. Okay. Careful attention to electrical safety helps to eliminate accidents and to ensure greater client satisfaction. The following reminders will help ensure safe electrical use. Okay, all electrical appliance you use must be UL certified. Now, when you buy something in everything that you buy in America, okay, everything that you buy in America, it's UL listed. If it's not UL listed, you are not advised to use it. This is what it looks like. UL listed. You will see a logo that says UL with an R, and then it says UL listed. Okay. Usually you find it on the label of the a lot of machines. Okay, it says UL listed. Let me see if I can find this. And the logo UL.
I have my charger.
Yeah, it's here. It's UL listed. Okay. See here? UL. I don't know if you can see. UL listed. Okay. This is UL.
Is not so
Okay. That means it's safe.
on your charger, but I see on my charger.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Okay. Anything that you use in America, okay, all the electrical appliances that you buy in America, they should be UL listed. Okay. It's safe to use in like this light bulb. Look, UL listed. Okay. So make sure all your electrical appliances you use should be UL certified. Okay. Then also read all instructions before you use any piece of electrical equipment. And then also UL represents Underwriter's Laboratory. Okay. Now, you also want to always read, let's say if you buy a new machine, make sure you read the instruction first before you plug it in and test it. Okay. And then disconnect all appliances when not in use. That's what I tell most of my students. If you leave the shop, you unplug all like your hot towel machine, unplug all your hair dryers, unplug all your light switch, anything that you plug into the wall, unplug it. In case if there's a power surge, okay, it can damage, even at home. When you're not using this, unplug from the wall. Don't leave this on the wall, because if there's a power surge, it can damage your appliances, okay? Even though there might be ground to build on it, or it might have a circuit breaker brick to it, but sometimes it can damage the equipment. This can inspect all electrical equipment regularly. So make sure you check your wires, just check your switch, make sure it doesn't come into contact with water, and you don't want to have wires exposed like that, okay? You don't want to have wires exposed. If you have wires exposed like that, that's no good. Make sure you don't have any wires exposed. They should be properly, in good condition, okay? So keep all wires, plugs, and electrical equipment in good repair. Use only one plug to one outlet, okay? Means what? If your wall has 2 outlets, you only use one plug to each outlet. Don't go and do this. I don't know if you've seen it before. You can actually put like multiple plugs onto the wall. That's no good. Let me see. Like this. You have 3 and then you connect to the wall. 3 outlet. And then connect to the wall so you can connect 3. No, don't use this. If you need to, go get extension cords. Okay? It's safer to use extension cords. It's because extension cord has built in. Okay, it's safer to use like this, the extension cords. Okay, extend it out. Okay. And then also because if more than one plug is needed, because overloading may cause the circuit breaker to pop. Okay, so if you need to have more than one plug in an area, it's better to use a power switch with a surge protector. Now, what's a power switch with a surge protector? You can buy it from Walmart, Home Depot, or Target, or online. Okay, so you want to buy a power strip with surge protector. What is a surge protector? That means to protect you from electrical overloading. So this is a power strip with a surge protector. Something like this. You can see, okay, this is a power switch with a surge protector. Okay, they come in different shapes and form. They come like that. Okay, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16 plugs. You can do 16 outlets. Okay, or it can be like this. You can even have USB outlet. So this one comes with a surge protector. So when you want to buy, make sure you buy a power strip with a surge protector. Because if you don't have a surge protector, you end up getting your power strip burned like this. That's bad. Okay, you don't want your power strip to get burned. Okay, next one here is unplug electrical devices or connection that gets hot. I don't know if you realize sometimes when you charge something, this thing gets hot. Quickly unplug it. It's because sometimes it's overloading it. So whenever you charge something or when you plug something, check the wire. Check the connection. Make sure it's not hot. If it's hot, please unplug. Okay, so see this one? Not safe. It's safer to use an extension cord. Okay, don't do this. No. Okay. You and your client should avoid contact with water and metal when using electricity. I mean, you all should know when it comes to electricity, make sure your hands are dry. Okay, and make sure you don't go use a nail clipper and go touch an electrical cord. You want to die. That's not the nice way to get yourself electrocuted. Okay. Do not leave your client unattended while he or she is connected to an electrical device. That means, let's say if you do facial for a customer, you have a steamer on, don't leave the customer with the steamer on, and then the customer is alone in the shop, in the room. Okay, don't do that. Whenever you have any electrical items that is on with the customer, you should be there. If you leave, you turn off the machine. Okay. Keep all electrical cords off the floor and away from people's feet. Getting tangled in a cord can cause you and your client to trip. That means the wires, if the wires, it's everywhere, the customer can trip over the wire and fall down. Okay, so that's why you want to make sure all the electrical cords, that's the electrical cord, off the floor. Okay, organize your outlets, especially when you have so many outlets, right? The wires are everywhere, so make sure it's not on the floor. You can probably like bundle it up by getting things like this, like little wires to bundle up your wires, so it'll not be everywhere. Okay. Do not attempt to clean around electrical outlets while equipment is plugged in. Whenever you want to, let's say, disinfect your steamer or disinfect any equipment that you use for your facial or even your nail file, make sure you unplug it first. Then you wipe it with the disinfectant wipe, because the disinfectant wipe is wet. You don't want to get electrocuted. So make sure it's not plugged in, it's unplugged and it's switched off. Do not touch two metal objects at the same time if either is connected to an electric current. Okay, so make sure, for example, this machine here, the galvanic machine. Let's see here, the galvanic machine. There's two of them. Make sure they don't touch each other, because when they touch each other, they can cause electrical sparks. Okay, make sure they are away, because this is metal. Make sure they don't touch each other. That's what it means. So make sure, okay, do not allow two metal objects at the same time touch each other. Okay, do not, especially when they are connected to electrical current. Do not step on or place objects on electrical cords. Okay, don't step on your electrical cords because you can damage the rubber. Or don't put chairs or tables on top of electrical cord, because you can damage the wires inside. Okay, do not allow any electrical cord to be twisted. This can cause a short circuit. That means what? Don't let your wires twist. Just twist. Keep twisting and twisting and twisting like that. If you keep doing this, you can cause short circuit. You can damage, because you can damage the wires inside. Disconnect appliance by pulling on the plug, not the cord. That means if I want to disconnect my charger, okay, I should pull here, not pull here. Okay, don't pull from here. Pull from here if you want to disconnect. That's what it means. And then do not attempt to repair electrical appliances unless you are qualified. You're not certified as an electrician. Please don't repair any electrical appliances by yourself. Get an expert to do it, because you don't want your equipment to get short circuit, catch on fire, or blow up. If you have a problem with electrical wiring or an electrical device, or appliance, tell your supervisor immediately, take the device in for a repair, or call a qualified electrician or repair rep to resolve the issue. Okay, so pay someone to repair it, or if it's not working, go buy a new one. Okay, sometimes it's cheaper to replace a new machine than to get someone to repair for you. Okay, let's talk about over here. Caution. UL, okay, Underwriters Laboratory certifies the safety of an electrical appliances, electric meets facial mask, and other tools that are UL approved are certified to be safe when according to the manufacturer's direction. That means whenever you use any electrical equipment, you must follow the manufacturer's direction. Okay, always look for UL symbol on the electrical appliances and take the time to read and follow the manufacturer's direction. So whenever you buy a machine, make sure you read the manufacturer's direction. Okay? Like if you buy a printer, you always read, the manufacturer's direction on how to set it up, where to plug, that kind of thing. Now, caution. Never tamper with wiring or electrical plugs to get them to fit into a receptacle for purposes that they are not designed. That means don't force. Okay, don't change the wires or the plugs. Don't change it. Okay, don't change it. Because whatever they come with it is meant for that voltage or the amp. Okay, if you change the wiring or change the plug, it might cause electrical shock, or it catches on fire. Okay, so don't change it. Okay, this is real bad. Okay, you can see it catch on fire because the electrical cord or the wire has been tempered. So always buy an outlet. Okay, it's always best to buy an outlet with a surge protector. Okay, when you have an outlet with surge protector, this will not happen. This is a cheap extension. I don't recommend you buying it because they are like $4, $5. So, like this, cheap power strips. Always buy one that has a surge protector. Any questions? 有没有问题? No? Okay. Now this one is for skincare students, the nail care students. You won't be using this machine, but since it's in our book, so you can just listen. It's for Christina, Jibao, and what's her name? Yaya. Okay, you don't have this in your shop, but you can just listen to it. This is actually the electrotherapy. The electrotherapy is actually for facial. Now this thing here is called the high frequency. Okay, it's a high frequency machine. This is actually made out of glass. The ends is actually metal piece. So this is put into a machine. This high frequency, see here, Telsa high frequency machine. Okay, has a negative and positive flow of electricity through its body. When you turn this thing on, you will see like an orange or purple light inside. That's electricity. Okay, that's why it's called a Telsa high frequency. It's a device that we put on the customer's face. When you put on the customer's face, it does several things for you. It produces ozone. Ozone, everyone knows what is ozone, right? Ozone kills bacteria. Okay, so that's why this machine is used to kill bacteria on the skin. We use this machine especially after doing an acne or extraction. That means pimple. When you do a pimple extraction, we use the high frequency. We also use the high frequency for matured skin because this one also increases blood circulation. And this one will be great for oily skin because it closes up the pores and also stimulate blood circulation. When there's blood circulation, it stimulates collagen and elastin growth, which is good for skin tightening too. So we use this usually on oily skin and matured skin, especially after an acne or pimple treatment. Okay, after an extraction. So this is a high frequency machine. This is just the rod that we use. The machine itself actually looks like this. High frequency machine. It looks like this. It's actually a rod and you plug it in. That's how it looks like. Let me see if I can get a better picture. There. When you plug it in, it turns orange or purple. It depends, what brand you buy, but this is how it looks like. This is a portable one, so you put the thing inside. This is for scalp. This is actually good for your hair. There's some people that have oily hair, right? Or their hair don't grow. So what this does is when you use this to comb on your scalp, it stimulates blood circulation so your hair will grow. It also, helps you to reduce oil production because, and also and this one will be good for the nose area. This one will be good for the forehead area. This one will be good for the small areas. So they usually when you buy the high frequency machine, they have 4 electrodes. We call this electrodes. They're made out of glass. Like this, we call it the mushroom. This is the spoon, and this is the comb. Yeah, and this is the ball. Okay. So this is the high frequency machine. This is a portable one. They actually have more expensive ones. The more expensive ones are bigger machines. They come like the high frequency machine usually comes together with other machines. Those are more expensive. Okay, but this one is the portable one is cheaper. I think I paid only $28 or $25. Yeah, like this one here. Online, eBay, you only pay $25. Okay, so that's the high frequency machine. All right. Okay, next page. 186. Polarity. Okay, what is polarity? Polarity indicates the negative or positive pole of an electric current. Electrotherapy devices always have one negative charge pole and one positively charged pole. So the positive electrode is called an anode. Okay, positive electrode, it's called anode. Okay, anode. And then the anode is usually red and is marked with a P, which is a plus sign. So positive, we always see plus, right? Even the wires is always red color, right? I don't know if you pay attention to wires. The wires, there's always black and red. So red always represent plus. Okay, and then black, okay, which is the negative electrode, it's called cathode. Okay, cathode is usually black and is marked with N or the minus sign. Let's see here. So this is the anode and this is the cathode, but it is also called anaphoresis and cataphoresis. Anaphoresis and cataphoresis is the process of ionization. We'll learn it later. This is for another machine. So you know that all wires, they have for facial machine, they come with a red wire and a black wire. The red wire is for plus, the black wire is for minus. Okay, negative. So if the electrodes are not marked, you have to ask the manager to help you to determine. Sometimes if your machine is not made in America, it might come from China or from Korea or from Japan. Okay, any other countries, they might not use the same color. Like I bought a machine that was made in, it's actually sold in America, but it was made in like India. I forgot. I didn't get black and red. I got black and yellow. So, but we always remember black is minus. Okay, so luckily they have a black wire. Okay, so you want to make sure, but it's UL approved. It's just that they use a different color wire. Okay, so all your machines, make sure it's UL approved. And then what's a modulator? A primary modulator is used in aesthetics today are galvanic current, microcurrent, and high frequency currents. Okay, so these are the three machines that are used in beauty salon. Galvanic current, which is not very popular nowadays because there's too many new machines, but we still see it in American salons, but not in Asian salons. And then we also have microcurrent, which is this one here, which is more common now. Okay, they rather use microcurrent. And the high frequency machine, which I just showed you, which is this one here, the high frequency machine. Okay, that's the high frequency machine. Okay, so these are all called modulators. Okay, now I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll talk about the galvanic current. Anyone has any questions? No questions? Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. All right, bye-bye.